Hello, full time here at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal 3, Southampton 2. I tell you what, I don't know why fans are so keen to stay away from these Premier League games. On this evidence, they're going to be highly entertaining. 5 goals, 2 sendings off, and a host of chances really for both sides. What more could you want? I suppose you could want it to mean something for Arsenal, which it doesn't particularly, but I guess the winning run continues. And there were some positives to be derived from today's game. I guess we'll get on to those. It meant a lot to Southampton today, and I think that's what made this a relatively entertaining encounter. They had to scrap, they had to get something, they were fighting for their lives, and they very nearly did. I think on the pattern of play, they're probably pretty unfortunate to come away without anything at all. But look, I'm no fan of Mark Hughes, so you won't find me complaining. Where to begin? Well, we fell behind. First, we nearly fell behind very early on. Hector Bellerin cleared off the line, and then absolutely diabolical defending. Shkodran Mustafi allowing Shane Long to get across him and score at the near post. Shane Long never scores except against us, it seems. He always seems to give us problems despite his terrible goal-scoring record. So, yeah, I think it's on Mustafi. He seems to blame Czech, but he's got a habit of shouting and pointing at people when he makes a major mistake. But there were other bits of bad defending in the build-up to that. Kolasinac shouldn't have let the cross in. Chambers very static. I mean, those reserve defenders do not suggest they're going to replace the likes of Monreal and Koscielny in the first 11 anytime soon. We did get the equaliser though, and it was Aubameyang. I think it's 6 goals in 7 Premier League games now. 4 consecutive games with a goal for him. He's doing exactly what you'd asked for, really. I mean, this whole second half of the season is basically one long pre-season for him. And he's warming up very nicely for 2018-19. It's a shame we're not seeing him play with the likes of Ozil and Ramsey more regularly. It's a shame these matches don't matter more, but he's scoring the goals, and that's what we brought him to do. And it was just a lovely goal. He was involved in the build-up in Iwobi too. Sumptuous flip from Welbeck. You'd be entitled to ask what he meant to do, but it was absolutely deliberate as Ramsey's in the week. Into Aubameyang's pass, and it looks like a scrappy finish, but actually he's just very quick and just pokes it into the corner. Well taken goal. Then Welbeck got the second, again a good move. He was involved, I think, winning a header high up the field, and Iwobi got the pass into him, strode and struck it unusually well, and it deflected high into the top corner. 2-1, and so it stayed for a long time until Southampton grabbed a late equaliser. Charlie Austin, Cedric, some nice work, getting to the byline, tucking it back. Callum Chambers won't be delighted with his role in that. Nor Jack Wilshere, who kind of charged out and didn't really mark anybody. But Austin profited. I mean, there'd been a few moments where the ball had been pinging around the penalty area. He's exactly the kind of poacher to profit on that space, and he did it well. But we went up the other end and looked certain to score, but Danny Welbeck missed. It was a good move. I think it was a cross from Iwobi. Somehow Jack Wilshere kept it in. It's just one of those Danny Welbeck moments that we'll never really understand. Just as we don't understand how he scores some of the goals he scores, we don't understand why he doesn't score the ones he does score. He is a real footballing enigma. He somehow turned it over the net. Look, you've got to score there. You've got to score there. But he made up for it. Good header at the far post after an excellent Iwobi cross. Good afternoon for both Iwobi and Welbeck today. You know, with Mkhitaryan potentially a doubt for Moscow, they really both gave a good case to start in the week. I suspect we'll go with Welbeck. It was interesting seeing Welbeck and Aubameyang on the same side. They played as a front two almost, Welbeck on the left, but they rotated heavily. And I do think that maybe we might see that with Lacazette in Moscow. Telling perhaps that Lacazette came on for the last 20 minutes to play with Welbeck, get that understanding going. It worked earlier in the season. Perhaps it will work again in the Europa League. What else to say? Pretty disastrous cameo from Jack Wilshere, who is not doing much to convince Arsenal to raise their contract offer at the moment. It was one of those games where he was playing poorly, and so he started scrapping, getting involved in things he didn't need to be involved in. That led directly to 2 sendings off, including one for Mo El-Neni, which felt very, harsh, I have to say. I'm not sure either are really a sending off, and to be honest, Jack was the instigator of it all. I'm tiring of him. And it saddens me to say it, but I am tiring of him. And finally, I'm just watching Rob Holding warm down. He got about 15 minutes at the end as a sub for Bellerin. Quite why we feel the need to play Bellerin in every single game, I don't know. But when I look at Callum Chambers getting all these Premier League opportunities, I do wonder if that time would be better invested in Holding. He made one great late block, and he was so good last season. When I look at him and I look at Chambers. I just think Holding has the higher ceiling. Maybe Arsene Wenger is playing Chambers to give him one last chance to impress, to prove he belongs at Arsenal. Well, I'm not seeing it. I'd like to see Holding play. Right, guys, I'll leave it there for now. Do subscribe if you don't already, and I'll speak to you soon.